Good morning. It is January 14th. Lovely day. This is Phys Ed with Bridges 10-20-30. It is our last class this semester. We will be resuming classes on February 4th for our Phys Ed class. On the screen here, I'm just showing you again how to subscribe to Phys Ed messages. I know that Michelle has many of your phone numbers, but it's difficult for us to text out to all of you because not all of you have cell phones. So what you can do is just subscribe, if you do have a cell phone, to our messages so that I just have to send it out once as opposed to several times to different students. Okay, so taking a look at our calendar, today is January 14th. We have ski trips coming up for the rest of the month all the way up to February 6th. So all of these green circles here, ovals, are ski trips. So our next ski trip is coming up on the 16th of January. The 17th, that should be an important date here. I have not circled that. The 17th is the last date to get assignments in for your full year classes. So for Phys Ed, we will talk about what you need to get in by the end of the week so that it can be marked onto your, I guess, half-year progress report. We then have the 21st. We will be skiing. We will not have classes these 2 weeks, okay? So please be aware we will not have class on the 21st and the 28th. We will, however, have skiing at Snow Valley on the 21st and skiing at Snow Valley on the 30th. The 31st, for many of you, just so you know, we will not be having any ELive check-ins or anything because there is no school on the 31st of January. Classes resume on February 3rd. And we have our last ski trip to Snow Valley on February 6th. Okay, so those are the dates here, January 16th, 21st, 30th, and February 6th for Snow Valley. Zumba is coming up February 24th and March 4th. This is where we do an aerobics dance class for half an hour during, hi Duncan, how are you? So I'm just going over the calendar. So Zumba will be from 12:15 to 12:45 on Tuesday, March 24th, and Tuesday, February 24th, and Tuesday, March 4th, where if you come to on-site, you get some hours for dance, because I know it's hard to get hours for dance in your activity log, so this would help a lot. It would give you 1 hour of dance time in total. Be aware that Teachers Convention is coming up next month at the end of the month. So Teachers Convention is the 27th and 28th. So there will be no classes if you have Edmonton teachers, okay? So for your Edmonton teachers, there will be no classes. However, if you have any teachers from other Argyle sites, they do not have Teachers Convention, and therefore you are required to attend those classes. So this is just the Teachers Convention for Edmonton. So if you know that your teachers are in Edmonton, then you can just be aware that you will not have those classes. However, if you have Calgary teachers, you are still required to go to those classes. Your interim marks for semester 2 will be uploaded on the 21st, so you will have to have your semester 2 assignments in sometime before March 21st. And the 25th is the day that we will be going inline skating, and I'll give you some more information about that in March. We then have spring break, which is March 31st to April 5th, and we will have first aid sometime in April. So I'm giving you a heads up on all of these dates all the way up to spring break, and we will talk about it again in February. Our next class again is February 4th. Okay, so we will not be having another Phys Ed class until February 4th. For the Snow Valley ski days, we've already gone on January 9th. The next trip is this Thursday, January 16th. We require you to arrive at the hill at 9 a.m. You will sign up through Parents Corner, and I will walk you through kind of how to do that if that's difficult for you. Supervision ends at 1:30, and you are required to take a lesson. So if your parents have opted you out of a lesson, that's their choice, but you're paying for a lesson nonetheless, okay? So regardless of whether you choose to take the lesson or not, you will be paying for it. Transportation is self-arranged, so you will need to have a parent drop you off at the hill, especially if you would like to stay longer than 1:30. Your lift pass is good for the whole day, so it's good until 9 p.m. If you would like to stay later than 1:30, your parent who is dropping you off at the hill will sign a sheet of paper that we will have at the hill saying that you are allowed to stay, and they will be picking you up later. Okay? If you're not able to make our Thursday trip this week because it's too short of notice, that's fine. You can come Tuesday, January 21st, so that's next Tuesday, Thursday, January 30th, or Thursday, February 6th, and that is the last trip we have. Hi, Haley. That is the last trip we have for skiing. For registration, some of you are asking for permission slips, and we don't have permission slips in paper. What you will do is you'll sign on to My Locker, and you will click on Parents Corner here. Okay? Once you click on Parents Corner, you want to click on the Event Scheduler. And under the Event Scheduler, you will find, first you might want to, if it doesn't already do so, look for events in Edmonton, and then you'll have 3 options to choose from, okay? So please make sure that you're choosing the correct option. The first option that's there is ski lessons that includes a lift pass and equipment rental and lessons. So this is if you plan on skiing and you need rentals, this is the option that you will choose. The second option, this white between the 2 grays there, this is you have your own equipment. All you need is a lift pass and a lesson. Okay, so the one that says ski or snowboard is because you have your own equipment. By own equipment, that means you also have a helmet, because it is mandatory that you will be wearing a helmet during your time at Snow Valley. The third option is for snowboard rentals. So it says snowboard lessons, which includes lift pass, equipment rental, and lessons. So that is snowboard rental and lessons. Please make sure you're picking the right option, because they do have different payment options. Okay? All right, so in February, Tuesday, February 24th, and March 4th, we have Zumba, free of charge for Bridges students, okay, so it's going to cost money, but not for you, from 12:15 to 12:45 p.m. So this will be part of our on-site activities. We'll have an instructor come, and it is these dates here. So February 24th, wait a minute, that looks like a Monday. It should be the Tuesday. Let me just check to make sure I picked the right date there. Going back. No, sorry, it's February 25th and March 4th. So let me move this over. I don't know why I thought it was the 24th, because it's Tuesday during activities, so I'm just changing that. So Tuesday, February 25th and March 4th. 12:15 to 12:45. So if you come to both Zumba dates, that gives you the opportunity to earn 1 hour of dance towards your activity log. Okay, so that's especially for people and students who are having a hard time accumulating hours in dance. So this would be a really good way to accumulate some hours in dance. For January 17th, which is the last day that you can submit assignments to put on your report card, it's important that you have your phys ed planning log completed to the end of January. Okay, so I've just screenshotted our original planning log. You need to have all of your planning done up to January, and I would go in there right now and start planning some activities for the rest of the month up to June. Just because you plan something doesn't mean it needs to be done, and you can always update your planning calendar, no problem. Many of you haven't completed the PAR-Q, which is the Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire. It's very quick. It's just asking whether you're ready for physical activity. So it asks about any health conditions you might have, etc. And if you do have any health conditions, it's important to talk to a doctor. I know that this is something that seems like, why am I doing it now? You shouldn't be doing it now. You should have done it at the beginning of the course. However, if you haven't done it at the beginning of the course, it's something that needs to be completed. For your activity log, again, your activity log should be completed up to date to the end of January. Obviously, January 17th will be the last day that you can enter activities in your activity log. I've just taken out a chunk under alternate environment. We require you to have 120 hours in total of activity, where 35 hours goes towards alternate activities, 30 hours goes towards individual activities, etc., etc. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But basically, if you do not have 60 hours, approximately 60 hours to date, then you have not finished your half of your requirement, which you should be at this point half of the year through, right? So semester 1 is over, semester 2 is beginning. We should have half of our phys ed activity hours completed. We need 125 hours in total, where 5 hours count towards written tasks. So if you're in PE 10, the 5 hours towards written tasks will be such things as your phys ed activity log, your planning log, as well as a first aid quiz. That will be something we'll be completing in April. A body image project. For phys ed 10 and 20, you will be doing a food journal. For phys ed 20 and 30, you are completing a first aid class. You can choose to take either emergency or standard first aid. We'll talk about it later. Standard first aid is 2 full days of first aid, and you'll actually earn an extra credit if you take standard first aid. Phys ed 10s, you are welcome to take the first aid class as well if you're interested. Having emergency first aid certification will help you get certain jobs, and it will put you ahead of the game. It's something to add to your resume. For phys ed 30 students, you will have to do goals and teach a class. And all phys ed classes, for your final assignment, you'll have to present you will have to make a presentation of activity photos. So if you go to your My Locker, under your activity log, I have posted pictures of myself doing particular activities. You should be doing the same, having friends and family members take pictures of you, send them to you on Facebook or whatever, so that you can start saving up these photos of yourself doing activity, so that you can make a collage or a PowerPoint about different activities you've done for this year. So for the course requirements, again, we've probably gone over this a million times, but you need 35 hours in alternate environments. So that is such activities as skiing or snowboarding, tobogganing, etc. So right now it would be great to add up some hours, especially if you're coming 9 a.m. skiing till 1:30. That's giving you quite a few hours, and if you choose to ski all the way to 9 p.m., that's 12 full hours of alternate activity. For individual activities, you need 34 hours. So these are activities such as walking, running, playing Wii Fit, skating, inline skating, etc. Games includes such activities as volleyball, basketball, and any other activities. Typically we'll play games when we do on-site activities Tuesdays at noon. So last Tuesday we played badminton. It was a whole heck load of fun. And we've played volleyball in the past, basketball, dodgeball, etc. Dance. You need 15 hours towards dance. This is one of the tougher activities to add hours towards, okay? So to come to Zumba, it's just an aerobics class, but if you come, you can add those hours to your dance because you are doing aerobics to dance music. Excuse me. And gymnastics, you need 11 hours towards gymnastics. If you're not part of a gymnastics club, but you have a trampoline or a friend that has a trampoline, playing on the trampoline counts towards gymnastics. If you don't have access to a trampoline, then what you can do is move these hours towards the other 4 types of activity. So, again, these are activity types for alternate environments. Alternate environments just means environments other than our own. Okay, so in the water, okay, there's aquatics or water-based like canoeing, rowing, kayaking, etc. These are not such activities we will be doing this year probably because it's too chilly right now. Outdoor pursuits, there's quite a few outdoor pursuits we can do. Okay. Individual activities, it's typically things you do on your own. So if you are taking yoga or Tai Chi, something for relaxation, that also adds towards your individual activities. Aerobics is a type of individual activity, so if you do need those hours towards your individual activities and not towards dance, then you can use your Zumba towards aerobics. Just keep in mind that you cannot add Zumba to both aerobics and dance. You need to choose one or the other. Inline skating, which we're doing in March, adds towards our individual activities. Walking, jogging, shoveling the snow, that's all individual activities. Games, tons of games. We did archery earlier, or late last year. That was lots of fun. We may have another archery session booked for some time in the next few months. We went bowling, which was lots of fun as well. In the gym, during on-site activities, we've played volleyball, badminton. Volleyball is there twice. That's great. Basketball. We've played a form of soccer, but not really soccer. We've played dodgeball. Did you? Okay, so it looks like you played soccer at the beginning of the year. You need 25 hours in total for games. For dance, aerobic dance. What is that? That is something like Zumba. You can also have Wii dance. So if you have Wii dance or any video console type of dance, you can choose to do that as well under dance. There's line dancing, jiving. So let's say you go to a wedding. You end up on the dance floor. Guess what you're going to be doing? You'll be line dancing. I don't know how many of you will be partner dancing.
No way I'm dancing.
Yes, but you do need 15 hours towards dance. So if you don't have those 15 hours towards dance, then you will not get all of the marks towards phys ed that you need. Okay? So coming to that. Sorry? Everybody's talking at once.
I said I don't want to dance.
Whether you want to dance or not, you need 15 hours towards dance. Okay, so the Zumba, which is an aerobics class, will be an activity that you can add to your dance hours. Okay, so it's really an aerobics class, but because it's being done to music, you can add that to your dance hours in the activity log, because you need 15 hours in total of quote-unquote dance. Does that make sense? Regardless of whether you like it or not, you need to do 15 hours of it. That's what I'm saying. And then gymnastics. Again, if you are not part of a gymnastics club, you can move these hours towards alternate or games or individual activities or dance. I don't know how many of you will move these 11 hours to dance, but you can choose to move it to other places. Any questions thus far? Okay, can a personal trainer work for a gym? Personal trainer work for, yes. If you're doing activity at a gym with a personal trainer, that counts towards your activity log hours for sure. That would be more along the lines of individual activity because you're doing stretching and strengthening work, but that would definitely work. Before we end class today, I just again want to make note this is the last class of semester 1 until the new year, or until the new semester, which starts on February 3rd. So our next class will be February 4th. Please mark that on your calendar so that you know you won't be coming to classes on in the next 2 weeks. So I'm just pulling us back to the calendar here. Today is the 14th. Okay, we have skiing or snowboarding at Snow Valley on the 16th. Yes, this is a chat bar. You have skiing and snowboarding on the 16th, 21st, 30th, and the 6th. We will not have classes on the 21st and the 28th. Okay, our next class for phys ed will be February 4th. Make sure that your assignments are done by the 17th. So for phys ed, I require you to A, make sure your planning log is updated, and B, make sure your activity log is updated. So those are the only 2 activities that I require you to finish by the 17th. Okay, it's not a lot to ask, but if you do not have those updated, you will get an IEA. Okay, so that means I am not able to give you a mark, and that doesn't look good. In February, we have classes the 4th, the 11th, the 18th. On the 24th, we have, sorry, not the 24th, I did that again. On the 25th, we have Zumba, and on March 4th, we have Zumba. So again, that is a way that you can add some hours towards dance, especially if it's tough for you to get dance hours because you don't like to dance. Teachers Convention is February 27th and 28th. So for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of class, that means that your Edmonton teachers will have their classes canceled. If you have teachers that whose home bases are not in Edmonton, so if they're in southern Alberta or northern Alberta, their classes are not canceled. Okay, so you will still be required to go to those classes. The only classes that will be canceled on the 27th and 28th are for your Edmonton teachers. Any questions about that? I just wanted to make that clear. Okay. We have on the 21st of March, so that's 2 months away, interim reports are being uploaded, so I will have to have everything updated for you, or you will have to have everything updated for me for phys ed on March 21st so that I can get your marks up on School Zone. March 25th is inline skating, so if you're interested in going rollerblading with us, then the 25th is a date you should book off for that. And then this week here in a big blue rectangle, that is your spring break. So spring is coming up fast, and I will be gone in April. Okay, so if you love me, I'm sorry, I will be gone in April. Unfortunately, because I will hopefully be having a baby in April. First aid will be in April, so Michelle will probably be covering that class with you. Does anyone have any questions up to now, or are we good? If we're good, let's get some happy faces on the screen so I can see. Devin, happy faces next to, if you take a look here. Oh, look, I got an applause. Thank you. Okay, so that's the end of class. I will see you on the 4th, okay? And I'm going.
Can you stay back so I can talk with you? Thanks. And Haley will talk later on. Okay?